Welcome back, dear friends. Today we are going to talk about how we learn. Unit 8, how we learn. First of all, I want you to read these sentences about intelligence, and I want you to think if these sentences are true or false. Okay? The first sentence here: intelligent people are usually good at everything. Is it true or false? Intelligent people are usually good at everything. The second one: only people who are very good at school subjects are intelligent. Only people who are very good at school subjects are intelligent. Is it true or false? Number 3: some experts think that all the best athletes must be intelligent. Some experts think that all the best athletes must be intelligent. True or false? And number 4: it is bad for you to do physical exercise when you are trying to learn something. It is bad for you to do physical exercise when you are trying to learn something. Is it true or false? Okay, now let's check this vocabulary. The first one here: intelligence. Intelligence, ذكاء. The second one: recycling. Recycling, إعادة تدوير أو إعادة تصنيع. Trouble. Trouble, مشكلة. Research. Research, يبحث. Art subjects. Art subjects, مواد أدبية. Science subjects. Science subjects, مواد علمية. Balance. Balance, اتزان. Muscles. Muscles, عضلات. Diagram. Diagram, رسم تخطيطي أو رسم توضيحي. Physical exercise. Physical exercise, تدريب أو تمرين بدني. Washing up. Washing up, غسل الأواني. Discuss. Discuss, يناقش. Climate change. Climate change, تغير المناخ. And city person and country person. City person شخص محب لحياة المدينة. Country person شخص محب لحياة الريف. Now let's check these definitions. The first word here: balance. Balance. Balance means being able to stand or move without falling. Being able to stand or move without falling. The next one: sailor. Sailor. Sailor means someone who sails on boats or ships. Someone who sails on boats or ships. Number 3, or the third definition: the word control. Control. Control means to make someone or something do what you want. To make someone or something do what you want. The next one: online. Online. Online means using the internet. Online, using the internet. I'm afraid. I'm afraid بمعنى هنا أخشى مش بمعنى خائف. I'm afraid means or used when you are sorry to say something. We use this definition here, I'm afraid, or this expression when you are sorry to say something. The next one: physical. Physical. Physical means to do with your body. To do something with your body. To do an exercise, for example, with your body. Puzzle. Puzzle. Puzzle means a game that you have to think about carefully. A game that you have to think about carefully. Trouble. Trouble. Trouble means what is bad about a situation. What is bad about a situation. Now let's check these expressions and prepositions. Look at this table here. The first one, have a problem with. Have a problem with, لديه مشكلة مع. For example, I have a problem with my car or with the engine of my car. Log on the internet. Log on. ما ننساش نركز على prepositions. Log on the internet بمعنى يسجل دخول على الانترنت. Prefer to. Prefer to. يفضل. Fall down. Fall down. يسقط أرضا. Good for. Not good at. Good for. Good for مفيد لي. For example, vegetables are good for our health. Work on a project. Work on يعمل على مشروع. But work in groups. Work in groups. يعمل في مجموعات. For example, like the students are working in groups. Lying in bed. Lying in bed. الركود في السرير. Lying. Do physical exercise. وقبل كده قلت لك تركز على الverbs here. يعني مثلا هنا بستخدم do physical exercise. Find it difficult to. For example, I find these questions difficult to answer. Find it difficult to. Do tests. يؤدي اختبارات. Do tests بيمتحن يعني. Ready. It can be followed by for a noun or to infinitive. For example, I'm ready for the match or I'm ready to play the match. In trouble يعني يقع في مشكلة أو هو في مشكلة فعلا. In trouble. Sounds like a good idea. Sounds like بمعنى يبدو. Sounds like a good idea. Frightened of. خائف من. Frightened of. Go on the internet. يتصل بالإنترنت. Go on the internet. يبقى احنا دلوقتي أخذنا two expressions عن الإنترنت اللي هو log on the internet and go on the internet. And the last one, the verb do. We can use this verb with a lot of words, but here in this unit we can use it. We can use these words like research. Do research. يقوم بعمل بحث. Do online search. يبحث على الإنترنت أو يبحث يقوم بعمل بحث على الإنترنت. Do online search. Do activity. يمارس نشاط. Do homework and do puzzles. بيحل ألغاز. One more time. Do research. Do online search. Do activity. Do homework and do puzzles. The next slide here about the notes. The first note here using being plus the adjective instead of the subject or as a subject. We can use being plus adjective. For example, being very intelligent. We used here being and the adjective intelligent. Being intelligent or being very intelligent can help people to do amazing things. Being very intelligent can help people to do amazing things. Number two, make. The verb make plus object plus infinitive or adjective. We can use after make object, infinitive or adjective. For example, the first one we'd use here the infinitive. Ali makes me laugh. Ali makes me laugh. We used here the infinitive makes, the object me, and the infinitive laugh. Ali makes me laugh. And if we want to use the adjective, we can use it like this example here. What makes people intelligent? What makes people intelligent? Make, object, and the adjective. Number three, breathe, breathing, and breath. We have here three words. Let's check the first example about the first word, breathe. I find it difficult to breathe. The verb هنا, breathe verb. I find it difficult to breathe. The second example about the word breathing. Athletes can control their muscles and breathing. Athletes can control their muscles and breathing. التنفس. And the last example here. Sailors need to have very good breath. Sailors need to have very good breath. نفس. Number 4. Spend. Spend plus time plus verb ing. Spend time, verb ing. For example, I spend much time researching. We used here spend, this is the verb, much time, and the verb ing. احنا مش لازم نستخدم كلمة time هنا، ممكن نستخدم مكانها I spend 2 hours, for example. I spend 2 hours, I spend 3 days researching information online. Number 5, stop plus a gerund or verb ing and stop to infinitive. Let's check if there difference in meaning if we used stop verb ing or stop to infinitive. The first example here, should I stop playing computer games? Should I stop playing computer games? And next one, I stopped to buy some fruit. I stopped to buy some fruit. In the first one, should I stop playing computer games? I want to play computer games anymore. I'm asking if I won't or I can't play computer games anymore. But in the second one, I stopped to buy some fruit. I stopped in my way in order to buy some fruit. Let me give you more examples. For example, if I said I stopped talking to my friends. I stopped talking to my friends and I stopped to talk to my friends. What is the difference here? In the first example, I stopped talking to my friends. It means I stopped talking to my friends anymore. أنا مش خلاص توقفت عن التكلم أو التحدث مع أصدقائي. But in the second example, I stopped to talk to my friends. It means that I stopped in my way in order to talk to my friends. Another example, if we talk about smoking. If I said I stopped smoking, it means that I stopped or I no smoking. أقولها لك بالعربي بطلت التدخين أو توقفت عن التدخين. But if we say I stopped to smoke, it means that I stopped in my way to smoke a cigarette. توقفت لكي أدخن. Number 6, or sorry, this is the last one. Okay, now let's check the grammar. The grammar here is about ing forms. ing forms. Let's check the first point here. ing forms can be used as nouns. We can use these forms, ing forms, as nouns. For example, if we say here, I'd like to read a book. To read here is a verb. To read, it is a verb. But if we say reading is enjoyable, reading, it's not a verb, it's a noun here. We use the ing form here as a noun or as a subject. Reading is enjoyable. The second point, the ing nouns can be the subject or object of a sentence. For example, I love learning. Learning here is the object of the sentence. The next example, washing up isn't my favorite thing to do. Washing up here is the subject of the sentence. So we can use the ing forms or nouns as subjects or objects. The third point, learn the spelling changes when you add ing. For example, write, it will be writing, swim, it will be swimming, lie, it will be lying. And I'll show you in next slides how to add ing to verbs. For example here, lying in bed. Lying in bed, الركود في السرير. for a long time isn't healthy. Lying in bed for a long time isn't healthy. And here we have a note that prepositions are followed by ing forms of the verb. For example, if we say here, thank you for baking. Thank you for baking my cakes, mom. Thank you for baking my cake, mom. And the last point said that not all words ending in ing are nouns. For example, if we say here, swimming is fun. Swimming here is the subject of the sentence, so swimming here is a noun. But in the next example, we are swimming. Our swimming here is a verb. It's not a noun. Okay, ing forms can be used as adjectives also. We can use ing forms as adjectives. For example, the remaining cars. Look at this one here, remaining. The remaining cars, السيارات المتبقية in the showroom are expensive. The remaining cars. Another example, the flying saucers, الأطباق الطائرة. Flying saucers aren't seen in our planet. Flying saucers aren't seen in our planet. ing forms can be used after some verbs. After some verbs, we can use ing forms. Look at this table here. We have some verbs like finish, admit, يقر, deny, ينكر, suggest, يقترح, avoid, يتجنب, keep, mind, يمانع, enjoy, dislike, and practice. One more time. Finish, admit, deny, suggest, avoid, keep, mind, enjoy, dislike, and practice. Let's check some examples here. The first one. Kazim enjoys playing football. Kazim enjoys playing football. Another one. She suggested not going out in that bad weather. She suggested not going out in that bad weather. ing forms can be used after some expressions. After some expressions. For example, we have here some expressions like the first one, be busy. Of course, it's verb to be. Be busy. Can't stand. لا يطيق. Can't stand. Be interested in. مهتم. Be interested in. Feel like. يود أو يريد. Feel like. Be worth. يستحق. Be worth. Be fond of. Fond of مغرم بيه. Can't help. Can't help. لا يستطيع التوقف عن. Look forward to. Look forward to. يتطلع إلى. It's a waste of money or it's a waste of time. إنه مضيعة للوقت أو مضيعة للمال. It's a waste of money or it's a waste of time. It's not good. لا فائدة. It's not good. Be keen on. متحمس ليه. Be keen on. It's no use. لا فائدة. It's no use. And frightened of. خائف من. Frightened of. Let's say them one more time. Be busy. Can't stand. Be interested in. Feel like. Be worth. Be fond of. Can't help. Look forward to. It's a waste of money or it's a waste of time. It's no good. Be keen on. It's no use. And frightened of. For example, the first one here, my mother is busy, verb to be, busy, ing, is busy preparing lunch. My mother is busy preparing lunch. The next one, I can't stand. لا أطيق. I can't stand ing. I can't stand listening to this kind of music. I can't stand listening to this kind of music. Now, the slide I told you before how to add ing to verbs. Look at this table here. The first column here is the infinitive, and the second one how to add the ing. The first verb, read, for example, it will be reading. Okay, we read this table like this. Read will be reading. Play, playing. Make, remove this letter E and it will be making. Live, it will be living. Be, it will be being. See, seeing. Tie, remove these letters IE and it will be Y, it will be tying. Die, it will be dying. And the last two verbs, run, the last two verbs end in vowel plus a consonant. So we will double this letter here, the consonant one. Run, it will be running, and swim, it will be swimming. Now let's check these sentences as an exercise. The first one, sports help you keep fit. Sports help you keep fit, and in brackets doing. We want to start with this word doing as a subject for this sentence. I told you before in the previous units to pause the video if you want more time to think about the answer. Okay? So the answer here will be like this. Doing sports helps you keep fit. Doing sports helps you keep fit. Number 2, to pass the final exams is my dream. In brackets passing. To pass the final exam is my dream. The answer, passing the final exams is my dream. Passing the final exams is my dream. Number 3, because he's ill, he didn't go to school. Because he's ill, he didn't go to school. In brackets being. We want to start with being, so it will be being ill, he didn't go to school. Being ill, he didn't go to school. Number 4, I have a swim once a week. I have a swim once a week. In brackets swimming. And take care, this letter here is small one. So we want to start the sentence with this word. Think about the answer. Yes, it will be I go swimming once a week. I go swimming once a week. Number 5, he always catches fish on holiday. He always catches fish on holiday. In brackets goes. So it will be he always goes fishing on holiday. He always goes fishing instead of catches fish. Goes fishing on holiday. Now I want you to complete the sentences using ing forms. The first one, Magda likes to play tennis. It's her favorite sport. We are talking here about playing tennis. So the answer will be like this. Playing tennis is Magda's favorite sport. Magda likes to play tennis. It's her favorite sport. It will be playing tennis is Magda's favorite sport. Number 2. My sister finds it easy to learn new languages. My sister finds it easy to learn new languages. The answer, for my sister, yes, learning new language is easy. Learning new language. Number 3, do you feel happy when you listen to music? Do you feel happy when you listen to music? We want to start the question with does. So the answer, Does listening to music make you feel happy? Does listening to music make you feel happy? Number 4, in England, it is always more expensive to travel by train than by bus. We're talking here about traveling, okay? In England, it is always more expensive to travel by train than by bus. So the answers will start with the verb, or with the word, traveling. Traveling by train is always more expensive than by bus in England. Traveling by train is always more expensive than by bus in England. Now let's talk about language functions. Language functions here, we're talking about problems and asking about and offering help. How to talk about problems? We have here 3 expressions or 3 forms here to talk about problems. The first one here, we can say like this: I'm afraid that I. For example, I'm afraid that I have a problem using the internet. I'm afraid that I have a problem using the internet. The next form, I find it difficult to. I find it difficult to look for the information that I need. I find it difficult to look for the information that I need. And the third form, the trouble is that. For example, the trouble is that I spend too much time playing computer games. The trouble is that I spend too much time playing computer games. So we have here 3 forms or 3 expressions to talk about problems. I'm afraid, I find it difficult, and the trouble is. Now let's check the second point here, asking about and offering help. Asking about the problem or offering help. We have 3 forms also here. The first one, as a question form, have you got any problems? Have you got any problems? The next one, what's the matter? What's the matter? And the last one, let me see if I can help. Let me see if I can help. Okay. Now we have general exercises for this unit. How we learn, Unit 8. The first exercise here, I want you to read and correct the underlined words. Read and correct, okay? The first one, it's so hot. I find it difficult to breathe. To breathe. It's so hot, I find it difficult to press. Yes, I said the answer. So it will be breathe. It's so hot, I find it difficult to breathe, not breathe. Number 2. The scientists did some experiments to measure the animal's intelligence. The scientists did some experiments to measure the animal's intelligence. What can we use here instead of this word, intelligent? Yes, it will be intelligence, animal's intelligence. Number 3, it is easy to fall down on a ship. So sailors need to have very good breathing. If you fall down on a ship, you need to have very good breathing or balance. Of course, balance. It's easy to fall down on a ship, so sailors need to have very good balance. The next exercise here, I want you to complete the sentences with the correct form of do or use. We just here use these 2 verbs, do or use, in the correct form, of course, okay? Like the first one, Mona always, her homework when she gets home from school. Mona always use her homework or do her homework. Of course, we will not say do or use. We can use does or uses, okay? I told you, complete the sentences with the correct form of the verbs. So, we have here this word, homework. So we can use do. It will be does. Mona always does her homework when she gets home from school. Okay, let's check the next one, or the second one. It is important for all people to continue to their brains every day to keep them healthy. Use their brains or do their brains? Of course, the answer, use. It is important for all people to continue to use their brains every day to keep them healthy. Number 3, the scientists have some important research into climate change. The scientists have done or the scientists have used some important research. Yes, try to remember the expressions, a table of expressions and prepositions. We said do research, so it will be done. The scientists have done some important research into climate change. Number 4, my uncle a book of puzzles when he was in hospital last week. My uncle, try to pause the video I told you, okay? Yes, my uncle did a book of puzzles when he was in hospital last week. We used past form here of this verb because we have here a keyword of past tense, last week. Number 5, you a lot of muscles when you go swimming. You use or you do a lot of muscles? Of course, use. You use a lot of muscles when you go swimming. Thank you very much with my best wishes.